Today, I'm diving into the iOS App Store and we're searching up Diablo Immortal and comparing every single search result to our experience inside of Diablo Immortal. Let's dive in and see what we get. What is up, my friends? My name is Echo, and as you can see, Diablo Immortal is in the search bar. You could also see that it's 10:03 p.m. because I record my videos in the evening. Let's see what we get as we search for Diablo Immortal, because it doesn't matter. Albion Online, Path of Evil Immortal. I don't even know that game. Elder Scrolls Blades. Okay, Albion Online. This was a fun game. It was a big open world game. Reminded me a little bit more of World of Warcraft than it did Diablo Immortal. It was a lot of fun. I recall the reason I didn't dive deeper into the game was because I was diving deep into Diablo Immortal at the time, and it was like, how many of these games can you play at once type thing? So I decided not to, and instead I played Diablo Immortal. This one was pretty good. Next in the search is Elder Scrolls Blades. This one I was so highly anticipating until I played it. As we can see, there's not even any gameplay in there, just some footage. And I mean, Elder Scrolls, how could it fail, right? It was just a first-person fighting game, RPG style game. This was the view that you have. You're looking at your sword or your weapon and your enemy in front of you, and you would attack them. And it really just wasn't that cool. I think that I'm not the only one, but many people highly anticipated this game and were let down when it actually came out. So yeah, this one, you can't even really compare it to Diablo Immortal. Completely different game. Not as good. Bladebound. I played this one in the past. Again, another one that doesn't have any video. I don't get that. Bladebound was decent, but a dated action RPG game. Was it bad? No. It just didn't have any depth compared to Diablo Immortal. Spoiler alert, there's no game that has the amount of depth as Diablo Immortal. Literally nothing that I'm going to come across is going to be as full or depth ridden as Diablo Immortal. So anticipate that as I go through. Again, the game was fun. It's definitely not the worst, but it's not a Diablo Immortal game. Moonshade's Dungeon. I haven't played this one. Maybe for good reason. Only 2.4 thousand ratings. Let's just take a look. I'm not gonna go play it right now, but graphics look a little cheese. Yeah, they look a little cheese, but doesn't mean the game isn't good. Remember, games can be good and not have great graphics. If you've played this one, let me know in the comments section below. And if it's worth it, maybe I'll take a look at it. Moonshade's Dungeon Crawler RPG. Evil Lands MMO RPG. Let's look at this one. Now, if I recall, this game was mediocre at best with a really weird control scheme. I could not get the controls to feel comfortable for me. They were extremely awkward throughout my gameplay, to the point that I had to stop playing because of the controls. I really didn't like it. And I had heard positive things from the community about this game. But when I actually played it, it was just awkward. It also doesn't have console level graphics. Maybe like consoles of past. Become a Powerful Hero. Yes, all this stuff is true besides graphics. They're mediocre. They're fine. It's okay. Controls are bad. You know, it seems like there's actually a bunch of games that have come out that I haven't played, like Total RPG. What is this? Never played this game before. I mean, it looks decent. Another one that has a very small rating, which means there's just not a lot of people that have been playing the game, but it doesn't look half bad. If you played this one, let me know your thoughts. How was it? Okay, Perfect World Mobile. This game, wow, no video of this one either. That's actually surprising. Perfect World Mobile is not an action RPG in a dungeon slayer universe. It's an MMO, massive multiplayer online RPG, which Diablo Immortal kind of is too. This one I always did like. I liked the graphics. I loved the depth of the game. The characters were just like great looking. I really did enjoy Perfect World Mobile. I was a little concerned about the support for the game that it would have moving forward. I don't like the depth of MMORPGs as much as I like the brutality of action RPGs, but I will say, if I were to play an MMORPG, Perfect World Mobile would probably be one of the first on my list, and I'm surprised it's coming up actually in the Diablo Immortal search. It's good though. Titan's Quest is one that I heard was very good. Now, of course, this is a game that you have to pay for, $2. I never did play it. It reminds a lot of people of Diablo 2, the olden generation of action RPGs. But a lot of positive feedback came from the community on this one that I never actually did get to play. And I'm scrolling through Assassin's Creed Rebellion, another cool game. Look at the difference here. If we look at Titan's Quest, it has 854 reviews. That's it. That shows you why games that you have to pay to play don't do as well. Check this out. Titan's Quest, $2 for the game. Cheap. Who can't afford that, right? Maybe some people. That's okay. Most people can. 854 reviews. While Assassin's Creed Rebellion, free to play, 75,000 reviews. Not to mention how many people played it and didn't review it. By the way, it was decent. Was it the best? No. If you like Assassin's Creed and this style of gameplay, definitely not Diablo Immortal like, but it was still fun-ish. I played it for a day and deleted it. Okay, we're finally coming up against a few that I've actually played. Iron Blade, medieval RPG, one of the first RPGs I played on mobile. Now, what's good about Iron Blade? It has a system inside of the game where you can push a series of buttons in a certain order and it makes you look like an all-star, pulling out combos inside of the game that are just pretty epic. Also, the graphics inside of the game are pretty nice as well if you're into the medieval style stuff. It's actually a pretty solid game. You should try it. It's got 34,000 ratings and it's got almost a 5-star, which is pretty impressive stuff. I always did like this game. It was a fun time. Is it Diablo Immortal? No. Is it close to Diablo Immortal? No, it's not, but it is still a good game in the genre. Now, Warhammer Quest, I don't even remember that one, but this one, Kingsroad, is a game that is on PC that was then brought to mobile. So it was ported over to mobile. Let's take a look at it. Now, I really like this game. Of course, it has that older gameplay style from the Diablo 2 realm, but it was a lot of fun. It was a smooth playing game, of course, a port from PC, but it still was a fun game to play. One that I would recommend to people that may not care about graphics and things like that. Didn't have very many pay to win elements and was just an overall good time if you like a more old school action RPG game. Again, not Diablo Immortal, but still a lot of fun. All right, we've come across something here that I have not yet played. Dungeon Hunter Champions. What is this? What I see is a game that I've never seen before. This one, is this like an arena style? Yeah, it's a 5v5 MOBA. That's why I haven't seen this before. A MOBA style game that looks like an action RPG. Pretty cool though if you're into the whole MOBA scene with an action RPG feel to it. Not for me, unfortunately. Oh, Mighty Quest for Epic Loot. Great game here, especially if you're looking for an action RPG in vertical format. That's very hard to find. Most games are, all games except for this one, are horizontal, but Mighty Quest for Epic Loot, a casual approach to action RPGs and done really cool. I like the upgrade system. I like the battle mechanics inside of it. It was a fun game. It was also promoted pretty heavily in advertisements and things like that when the game did come out a while back, which is why it probably has a good amount of ratings, 38,000 ratings, almost up to a 5-star. It's a fun game. It's very different from Diablo Immortal. You can't even compare it, but it's fun. And honestly, that seems to be it. Everything else is unrelated or doesn't really have anything to do with Diablo Immortal. Now, this was a way for you guys to start thinking, what other games on the market right now can replace Diablo Immortal until it comes out? I'm playing one of them right now in beta. It's Torchlight Infinite, but it still is not like Diablo Immortal. It's actually very different. There are not any games, in my opinion, that have as much depth and that are as perfect for action RPGs as Diablo Immortal. Now, we did look at Perfect World Mobile, which I really did like. Again, it's an older game. It's been out for a few years already. And if we dive into the paths of MMORPGs, there are a ton of games, many anime styled, which is fine, that are really great, but they're not, again, Diablo Immortal. They're not dark enough. They're not action RPG enough. They just don't hit the mark. Diablo Immortal literally has it all going on. Does it have things that need to be fixed? In my opinion, of course. There are things that I don't love about the game, but the majority of things about the game, I do love. So I can't wait for it. Guys, if you have any games that you would recommend them down below in the comments section. And while you're down there, subscribe to the channel and ring the bell if you like action RPG on mobile or Diablo Immortal videos, because I'm out of here. Have a great day and be good.